name is Chris Davidson. I'm one of the managing members of Blue Ridge Heating and Air. Blue Ridge is a residential, primarily heating and air company. So we do service work for customers. We do maintenance. We like to maintain customers' units to help them make their units last longer. And then if they need a new replacement, we're also there to replace the unit for them. So we have a product that we're working on, right, that we've developed. It's called AirGuard, and it's a mold sensor, right? It's there to detect mold, right, and also to predict if you have the conditions that mold can grow in.
Well, according to the EPA, the outdoor air is 10 times higher quality than the indoor air. And most people don't realize that, particularly now with some of the newer homes that have the spray foam insulation. They're very tight. You don't have any of the natural infiltration of the outside air into the home. And so things that produce off gases, carpets, furniture, these vent-free gas logs, gas stoves. There's all kinds of things that are producing gases in the house that we don't really think about, and over time can create pretty poor quality air.
We work a lot with homes of all types and conditions, and then we noticed that in a certain percentage of them, they have mold, biological growth in their homes. We're there to help them replace systems, replace ductwork, those kind of things. But there's nothing out there that helps a customer know that they have the presence of mold in their system, or maybe in their crawl space or in other parts of their homes. And it goes on for years, right? It can cause health effects with their family members, those kind of things. And that's what kind of led to it. Friends and close people that we know that just couldn't live in their homes anymore and they couldn't figure out what was going on. They were having respiratory issues, they couldn't sleep. It's just really affecting their health.
There's a lot of counterintuitive things that can happen in the home from your heating and air system and from the overall indoor air quality. The heating and air system, a common problem is that contributes to the mold is that the air conditioner wasn't properly sized for the house needs. So if the air conditioner is too big, it kind of cycles on and off. It doesn't run as much as it needs to, because as soon as it comes on, very quickly it hits the desired temperature. If it doesn't run enough, especially in South Carolina and the Southeast, it's not pulling the humidity out of the house. And so now you've got this humidity in the house that people start to see condensation around vents and things like that. And eventually that's where mold will start showing up. And it has to do with, the wrong side of the air conditioner.
I can't really remember the day, but it's been over the last several years. There's customers or people in my neighborhood that I was invited to go inspect their house after they had a big mold problem, and the customer had spent over $100,000 getting his house back to livable condition so he could move his family in. And one of his kids was impacted to the point that they had permanent health problems, right?
I think we're at a point where we know it can do what we want it to do. We need to, in the sense that, yes, the sensor can classify the VOCs and tell you that it's mold, right? Which is the new thing here. I think the part that we're about to venture into is putting these into customers' houses, getting feedback on, what do they think about it being there? What do they find valuable about it? And is it really going to be the leading indicator that we want it to be to address problems before they get bad? There's an app. We can show you on the phone the app. We could also pull it up on the computer on that screen there and show you like a desktop view of this. But the sensor will connect to the customer's Wi-Fi, and then we'll register that sensor with our system in the cloud. Eventually we'll have alerts and things to say, hey, you're in the danger zone. You're going to get an email, maybe a push to the app on your phone that, hey, conditions are ripe for mold to start growing within the next 3 days or something like that.
Just yesterday I was talking to a customer, right? And his mother couldn't live in the house, right? And now they're able to move back in because they were able to get all that mold out of their ductwork and that kind of stuff, right? So that kind of thing gives you a sense of joy, right? Hey, we helped another customer. They're able to move back into their home. They're able to sleep at night. They've got a better quality of life. there's a big opportunity there.